What do we do?
Well, if I can keep you from dropping F-bombs, um,
And
if you can keep me from talking about kitty cats.
Right. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then
you may see that here. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
We have very interesting guests. Hidden World will have guests that incorporate things that are more serious, like our book, obviously, and we also have like witches and. Geez, we had Corvus Nocturnum, the media outlet for the Church of Satan, and people like that. We have Andrea Parent scheduled to come on this month, who's the real life daughter of The Conjuring. Things like that.
We did a show on the history of Christmas, where we got back to, the roots and the origins of Christmas, and kind of showed how, Christmas and the Yuletide celebrations were around long before the birth of Christ.
It's a completely pagan holiday.
Yeah, it is. It's a completely pagan holiday. And, we just did a show on astral travel. And
right. Last night was about astral projection, and it's something both Clarissa and I, do and often talk about.
And I think we've got Denise back.
Am I really back?
I think so.
Woohoo!
We can hear you now.
I was
right
trying.
On. Welcome back.
Well,
sorry, we tried to fill in. And we may have advertised ourselves a little bit.
Well, that's good. You need to. Welcome, Denise. First time caller. Yeah.
Good evening, caller. Did you have a question for our guests this evening?
Did I have a what? Yes, I have a question this evening. What in the hell is going on? No.
What day is it? Where are we?
Welcome to the new year. This is what happens when I take a day off and it comes back and I'm weird. So.
It probably happens when you interview us. All kinds of crazy things seem to follow us. I don't know why.
Well, the last time I interviewed you guys, I learned a lot of stuff being in the studio there in Vegas. And so it was just...
That's fantastic.
It's always different every time we go. I love going and visiting with Sean, first of all, because I love Tina.
Yeah.
But
Tina's great.
But for us, everybody goes, oh, Vegas, you get to go do all this. It's like, no, my granddaughter's there. I could care less about the Strip and all the other stuff.
You don't want to walk around with a big cocktail in your hand that's like 3 times the size of a normal drink and
that you
lose all your money. What?
No, I do have a place that I go to get a drink at. It's down at Treasure Island. But
very nice.
And it's worth the money to pay for it down there. But and I'm stalking Donny Osmond from afar, and I'm not very good at it.
Wow. Clarissa and I do this thing where we date ourselves, and we don't mean to. We talk about maybe celebrities or TV shows or whatever it is, just some silly thing that is like 40 friggin' years old. And you're welcome to the club. Donny Osmond? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Donny Osmond well.
He just had shoulder surgery.
And Solid Gold and, 100 other things to do with the 70s and early 80s.
Well, I got all excited last month because Donny Osmond started following me on Instagram.
Really? Wow. That's cool. I'll tell you what, Marie Osmond, she still looks hot. What is she, like 90 or something?
I don't know, Chris.
She's got to be up there. Okay. All right. I've gone off subject, but I have a tendency to do that. Sorry. Did we lose you, Denise?
Did we lose Denise again? Oh my gosh. That's the beauty of live radio.
I just don't know if I'm not funny or...
That's the beauty of live radio. Anything can happen.
If I've lost her, I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. Maybe I just need to fiddle with stuff every once in a while.
Touching the button.
I didn't touch anything.
Don't
make me mad right now. So
that's what I told every girl.
Good evening, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Touch the buttons.
Yeah, Ron goes.
I picture Ron sitting on like a nice lazy boy recliner, watching TV.
Yeah, he's watching the game and watching Denise broadcast the show.
Occasionally, I yell something over, like, "Hey, tell him, I like you've been investigating."
we did have a question come in from the chat room though, Chris. And I am in chat for listeners that are interested. I am in the chat room. We did have a question come in from the chat room, and this is from Brenda, and it's to both of us, and it's one of her favorite questions. It's one of her favorite questions to ask, and she wants to know what got each of us started in this field.
Oh, that's a good question. So
yeah.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm so afraid.
Yeah, because you know that my answer to this is so long and detailed. But I'll give the Reader's Digest version because I think we've got a commercial coming up in a couple of minutes. So yeah, I'm just taking over Denise's show. So what got me started in this field was way back when. I'm not going to say how many years ago. I will say it was more than 20. Back when I was active duty in the military. I was a very low-ranking serviceman on the totem pole. I was fresh out of the schoolhouse and very low-ranking. And the hospital at my duty station was in the process of converting their former morgue into a physical therapy department. And so I was tasked with helping with some of that renovation, which primarily consisted of cleaning up the construction debris, all of the brick dust and asbestos. And I had just got back from what civilians call lunch. We called it noontime chow. And I saw a gentleman standing in the construction zone who looked out of place. My uniform at the time was the dark green camouflage battle dress uniform. I think now it's gray or even beige camouflage. I'm not sure.
I think it's beige. I noticed everything is beige because of the desert.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of.
I assume. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of desert maneuvers. But this gentleman was wearing 1960s, 1970s era combat fatigues, the olive drab uniform. Very clean cut, very handsome, rugged, and just as tangible as if you were to look down at your hand. He was three-dimensional. He was not transparent or wispy or anything. He was very tangible. And so I got within about 10 feet of him, and I approached him. I said, excuse me, can I help you find something? And he looked at me, looked away, and walked through a cinder block wall and disappeared. And I know the follow-up question, was I scared? No, it didn't occur to me to be scared at the time. And I was more curious and baffled.
That really begs a lot of other questions, Clarissa.
Yeah.
In battlefields, we make a huge deal about Gettysburg, which, is a huge deal. No question, it's a huge deal. And how many kids went out there and died, really? Right. But you're overseas and you're in the Army, you're in, one of the... points of retaliating at other countries,
right?
And what do you see and what do you feel out there? The kind of experiences that you might have, being overseas. It's not often talked about. It's almost taboo. I feel like that's like a taboo area. Like nobody wants to talk about that. Like I was in Iraq, and I was going to this village and. Yeah, there was a massacre and that kind of stuff. And I don't think it's often touched upon.
Yeah. And, and back then, the internet was still in its infancy. Paranormal TV wasn't a thing yet. And so it was still really taboo to even discuss having had one of these experiences. And so we just got the signal, though, that we've got to go to commercial. So you're listening to Paranormal Pride. I forget the name of the network, but
I'm here. We've got a couple minutes.
Welcome back.
I thought I heard her say break.
No, 8:40. You did?
Oh, I did hear her say break.
Well,
okay. I guess we're going to break early. You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. We'll be back in 2 minutes. This is our last break, so you guys go get a drink and come back.
I love you.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Well, welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. This is Denise Pridemore. I've lost control of everything here. I hope everybody's having a great night, and I hope Alabama's beating the living crap out of Clemson, but I can't see the score, so you got. I know I don't want to see it. I want to see it later. So I'm at. Let's see. Ron's got. We're 41 minutes behind here, so we don't know what's going on. So welcome back, guys. Hopefully we don't lose. Hopefully we don't have any interference for the next 15 minutes. So
right on.
Cross your fingers, knock on wood, whatever good luck charm you've got.
Throw the cat out the door.
My good luck charm is that it's not snowing and it was 62 degrees here today. I'll take it. So.
It's 62. Much colder here. And I'm up north.
Yeah, but you guys have lucked out. You haven't had a lot of snow this year up there. We've had more snow than you.
Tonight, so.
That's what I heard.
Clarissa's had a little bit.
Yeah, we got
a few
6 inches.
Right?
Yeah, we got 6 inches yesterday, and I was very fortunate. My stepdad came and shoveled my sidewalks and my driveway because I had.
Would you call that like an average snowfall?
No, that's for this valley that I live in. That's not average at all. That's actually pretty heavy. We've had more snowfall this weekend here in the valley that I live in than we did all last winter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had more this year than we've had in probably 4 years.
Yeah,
Combined. We haven't had and we haven't seen anything. Knock on wood.
The coldest month was November.
Yeah, November sucked.
We've been getting warmer.
No kidding.
So, yeah. But that's part of the reason why we're looking at moving down towards Cat. Nicer down there.
Yeah.
You know, I like the beach. I like crab.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't blame you.
You know, what do you got in Kansas?
My family's up here. I'm a little stuck up here, but I would love to be like ideally on a tropical island. I suppose I don't like shoveling snow.
Oh heck yeah, tropical island. Mm.
Yeah,
sounds good.
You still got to sweep the sand out of your house. So either way, you got something you don't like. But
yeah, you tend to get sand in parts you don't want to mention.